And good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to Austria, Group F fixture in the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Indeed, Austria in search of their first victory as they will host the Netherlands. We're live here in Vienna, Austria at the Sports Arena, Vienna. Well, here are the games coming up in this group. Also taking place later on in half an hour, Latvia will be hosting Poland, while on the 1st of March, the Netherlands will indeed host Austria in a reverse fixture, while Poland will also be hosting Latvia. We'll take a look at the standings after the first window. Poland starting out undefeated with a victory against the Netherlands. But the Netherlands, in historic fashion, picked up a monumental win on the road as they went to the Xiaomi Arena in Latvia, winning, led by both Kai van der Vers as well as Nathan Kuta. I mean, those two were phenomenal in that game. And like I said, if they can replicate the same kind of success here tonight, well, it will be a big time for Dutch basketball. Well, the Netherlands at the moment being coached by Johannes Royakkers, and again, it's been 40 long years since they featured at a FIBA Basketball World Cup, and that was back in 1986 in Madrid when one NBA superstar named Rick Schmitz, who was teammates back in his day with the great Reggie Miller, led them to that World Cup. While for Austria, it's now or never. Of course, they've never gone to a FIBA Basketball World Cup, and you know, with this kind of team, you got to think there's a lot to like about Austria, a lot of talent within the lineup. And, you know, when you think of some of the key players, you got to talk about Bogic, Vujošević, not to mention the likes of Eddie Pataka. But I would imagine this team surely going to come out into this game very hungry and very determined to try and get a big victory. Well, in the first window, I mean, it was two very tough defeats against both Poland and Latvia, but that was expected. I mean, those are two giants of Eurobasket. And like I said, Austria, a country that does have a rich tradition in the history of basketball, they're still building that identity. Of course, in window one, Ero Esek, of course, averaged 11 points, as did Marvin Ugasipe. There will be no Sylvan Landesberg, scored 20 points in one of those defeats. But like I said, the player you want to look out for is Bogic Vujošević. And while the Netherlands have a great coach, well, it's very much an understatement to say that Aramis Naglic, head coach of Austria, is a legend. But for now, basketball fans, it's the best part of the FIBA Basketball World Cup windows. The qualifiers, that is, as now we'll stand, pay respect and homage for the national anthems of both the Netherlands and Austria. So we kindly ask if you're able to do so to join us. Well, the beauty of the international game, bringing countries and cultures together. Bundeshymne der Republik Österreich, the federal anthem of the Republic of Austria. And again, you've got to love the Netherlands national anthem, "We helmus van Nassau." Well, now the coaches will shake hands with each other, as with the players. And, you know, that man, well, he had a great playing career. Played with some of the greats of world basketball. We'll get on to him in just a moment, as very soon we're going to introduce 4 very important people for tonight's game. And those are our 3 referees, 1 commissioner and technical delegate for tonight's game. And we're very proud here at FIBA to say that we have some of the finest basketball referees in world hoops. They've done an excellent job. And tonight, from Belgium, we have Gert Jacobs. From Turkey, we have Ceso Gunyor. And from Italy, we have Andrea Buongiorni. The commissioner, technical delegate for tonight's game is Katalin Honti. So a big thank you to all of our officials. Like I said, you've seen them at Eurobaskets, you've seen them at Basketball World Cups, and you've even seen them at the Basketball Olympics. And they'll continue to do a magnificent job for this Group F fixture in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers between Austria and the Netherlands. Time now to take a look at the starting lineups, and I would imagine we will begin with the Netherlands. And like I said, like in the last window, the monumental victory for the Netherlands was against Latvia. Well, they're going to need another big performance, and there you can see Kai van der Vers will be in the starting lineup along with Nathan Kuta, Yannick Franke, Troy Kula, and Lucas Kreithoff will all be in the lineup. Well, Geisen along with Williams and Hollanders coming off the bench for Coach Royakis, so he knows he's got a very good team to work with. And a lot of these players, they play both in the BNXT League in the Netherlands and Belgium, but also internationally in places like Turkey and Germany as well. Well, he has been he's been the, I would say, the role model for many young coaches. I mean, he's worked with some great teams. Priya Vidya, who currently plays in the FIBA Europe Cup, also played for Coach Göttingen, and 13 games coached Hamburg in the Basketball Champions League. While for Austria, Bogic Vujacevic will be in the starting lineup along with Eddie Patakad, Flynn Scott as well, and Renato Poliak and Errol Ersek. So look out for both Vujacevic and Errol Ersek. That will be the 2 key scorers tonight for the Austrians. Well, we already spoke about Coach Aramis Naglic. And like I said, I mean, we're talking about a man back in his playing day, was teammates with the late, great Drazen Petrovic, the Croatian sensation Toni Kukoc, and he played in that 1992 Basketball Olympic final against Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley and company. Of course, silver medalist, and also 2-time European champion when he played for Jugoplastika, now known as KK Split. So like I say, anywhere he goes, many Croatian basketball fans, they'll look at him and they'll see him as an idol, an icon, a legend, if you like. Well, here in Group F, no doubt both the Netherlands and Austria would have looked at this and thought, what a tough group we're in with both Poland and Latvia. And like I said, if you're new to the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers, it's groups of 4. You've got to finish in the top 3 to get to round 2. And the results that you get in round 1 will then follow on into round 2. But knowing both Austria and Netherlands, they're probably not looking at, listen, we got to play for 3rd. They'll play every game as hard as they can. But like I said, tonight is a big one. Austria must win. It's the first meeting between these 2 teams here, this World Cup qualifying, not so much window, but campaign, I'd say. It's been 40 long years, and now the official countdown to tip-off. Our official sponsor, Tissot, is about to bring you the magic for this big game. A big shout out and thank you to Tissot for many decades of an excellent partnership with FIBA basketball. Well, for Austria, it's about going to where they've never been before. And could that be Doha 2027? All roads began in window number 1. The question is, will either or both the Netherlands and Austria qualify for the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup? The Dutch fans making the journey here to beautiful Austria. But for many of the long-term Dutch basketball fans, it was 40 long years. 1986, that was the last time they played in a Basketball World Cup. Because they only came up with 2 victories in the 5 games they played, and that was against both New Zealand and, of course, Malaysia. Because they also went up against Argentina, but Rick Schmitz, that was probably the biggest name and probably the greatest player in the history of Dutch basketball. While for Austria, we know tonight they have the home court advantage. They've got to play well. Kai van der Vers currently playing in Turkey this season. Nathan Kuta as well, also playing in France for Orléans. So both teams really do possess quite a lot of talent on the floor. players now entering the floor, shaking hands. Just the nerves and anxiety going through both sets of players on both teams. It's a monumental game. They'll play each other again on the 1st of March. So, you know, if you win the head-to-head in this kind of matchup, you got to imagine getting to the second round is going to be a reality for either the Netherlands or Austria. Welcome, everybody, live here in beautiful Vienna, Austria at the Sport Arena Vienna. It is Austria versus Netherlands. Let's get this one underway. Jump ball just gets knocked out of bounds, so Netherlands will have the first possession. We're going to see a lot of high ball screen scenarios with both Kreitov, maybe Kai van der Vers, specifically with Kuta. Well, van der Vers, the primary point guard this evening here for the Netherlands. There's that screen from Kuta. Now we're in the 10 here on the shot clock. Van der Vers trying to penetrate. Goes in with the left hand. Well, had a wide open look. Kuta tries to battle for the offensive rebound, but that goes out of bounds. Austria just trying to condense the paint, trying to collapse into every ball screen scenario that they have to defend against the Netherlands. Dribble handoff sequence here from the Austrians, trying to break down the Dutch defense. There's the penetration, just way too strong, but comes up with his own rebound and misses from point blank range. Well, those are the opportunities they cannot afford to give away. Franco makes a lot of contact, goes in. Neither team able to build anything early on here. Because the game is bound to open up at some point. The question is going to be, where are those points going to come from? Austria just trying to patiently build something here in their offense. Vujacevic now passes up. They go for a deep three. Hitting the front iron. Netherlands just comfortably gathers the rebound. Over a minute played, no points scored as Kula now tries a three, and again, well, gets the Netherlands off the mark for the corner. Well, his name's Kula, but you don't want him to get on fire. Again, Austria going to this dribble handoff. Can they somehow find the way to get the ball inside the paint? Good passing on the perimeter. They go for another three-point attempt. Kuta comes up with a rebound. Now the Netherlands want to run. Van der Vers catches this one in transition. He'll fire from deep range. It's just an unsuccessful attempt from the weak side to gather the offensive rebound. Austria still looking for that first bucket. Vujacevic goes in, teardrop, and finally gets the first 2 points for the Austrians. Well, it's all good playing that dribble handoff offense, but somehow you've got to make the defense collapse. Get into those areas where you show the vulnerabilities of the Dutch defense. Another three goes flying at Kula. Wow. Well, no, it wasn't. Excuse me. Yannick Franke from downtown. Netherlands opening up with 2 3-point field goals early on. Foul is going to be called against Kai van der Vers. Well, this is what we'd expect from Kai van der Vers because, you know, when he played for Luasten, here's another look at the three-pointer by Yannick Franke. And even with a hand in his face, no problem from downtown. Polyak just a little too slow to close out, and it's got to be something going through Coach Naglic. Cannot allow Netherlands to have too many wide open looks from the three-point line. Vujacevic left wide open, uncontested, and now he gets his first three-pointer. Well, Netherlands 6, Vujacevic 5. Van der Vers looking for Kuta in the paint. Because where Austria were condensed in the paint that time, here's the advantage the Netherlands are going to have with Kuta. I mean, he is such a intelligent player. Here's another look at the three-pointer. Miscommunication on the defense. Well, if Austria is going to find a way to win, they've got to make sure that Bogic Vujacevic gets his points tonight. Again, Kuta coming up for the high screen for Van der Vers. Time winding down here on the shot clock. There's a handoff. They go for the third three. On target, coming in with the offensive rebound. 4 3-point attempts already for the Netherlands. Van der Vos penetrates. Franco, another kick out. They'll go for another three. Wow, inadvertently going out of bounds. And Renato Poliak should have gathered that ball. And that's going to remain Dutch possession on the baseline. Well, here's another look at that one. Wow. In fairness to him, it did come quite quickly, so. We'll go for another three, and this time making a third one. Not short of confidence. Yannick Franco one more time from downtown. Netherlands getting all their points from the three-point line. Having already attempted 6 three-pointers. Good defense by Kuta, forces a turnover. Netherlands have numbers. Van der Vos thinks about it. Kuta inside the paint. Well, good interception. Vujacevic comes up, and now Austria's got numbers. There's a bump. And finally, something in transition for Austria's Flynn shot. Just able to finish. Still a slender 2-point lead to the Netherlands. How big it would be for them if they would get a second victory, as Kuta, well, had a good look. And now Austria can tie the game up. Maybe take the lead, who knows? Potential Bogic Vujacevic three-pointer coming up. Coming off one screen, trying to find Poliak, gets it back. Not a lot of time here on the shot clock. Austria will go for another three, and wow, that's gonna be a 2-point, a foot on the line. As Patikar just able to level things up here with almost 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Well, again, they want to go to Kuta, but Kuta's struggling, but the follow-up. Well, Kula came in, was unable to finish. So now Austria do have a chance to take the lead for the first time this evening. Austria have more field goals than the Netherlands. It's having 2 less three-pointers than the Netherlands have been able to convert. Vujacevic, a quick take and three-pointer. Kuta comes up with the rebounds. Oh, nice pass by Kai Van der Vos. They'll go in, and gets rejected. Well, what a block in transition. Now, can they convert down the other end? Well, they'll go for another three. It's up. We'll try to save this, so keep it in bounds. The foul is going to be called. Well, great save by Evsek. Just able to draw the foul, but look at, well, we're going to see a replay of the block shot off the backboard. Here it is. Well, went in and just said, Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. That's the kind of transition defense you definitely need when you're looking for that first win in a FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifying window. As Benjamin Schuch comes into the game for the first time. Because Timo Lammuller also into the lineup, so Austria rotating quite early. Netherlands. Marin Ververs is also subbed into the lineup. The penetration kick-out sequence here from Austria. Vujacevic. Oh, it's going to be a turnover. Time was winding down. Kula went for it, but that's going to be a foul on the ground, I imagine. That's on Lammuller. Well, he went for the Jokic. Maybe Luka-esque. That's not going to the free throw line. As Kupo coming into the lineup also here for Austria. So kind of time you'd see the rotations from any coach here at this level. Guyson also into lineup here for the Netherlands. They look for their 4-3. That's not going to go. Austria prevented the offensive rebounds. Now for a third consecutive offense. Can they take the lead for the first time? The foul is going to be called on the ground. That foul's on Sander Hollanders. Baseline possession coming up. Netherlands only one foul to give here with 3:47. Well, is that going to be a back? No, took it. Oh yeah, backcourt violation. And Coach Nagic infuriated because he felt the closer official had a better view of it, but that's going to go back to the Netherlands. Well, could Daniel Friedrich had saved this one? Let's have a look. Probably not. I mean, wow. Maybe, you never know, but that's already a third turnover here for Austria. Coach Rajaka's monumental experience. He went from coaching the Netherlands U20 program to making it to the pros in Slovakia, Germany. In range, no good, but that goes out of bounds. And that's going to remain possession to the Netherlands. It's going to be a tough task tonight for Austria's front court, because I think you've got to anticipate. I mean, already we've seen 4 offensive rebounds from the Netherlands. Now, they do have 1 less rebound already than Austria. But a curl screen action. That's going to be another turnover. Well, keeps this one alive. Vujašević putting on a bit of magic. And that's going to be the Netherlands' final team foul to give away. That's on Lukas Krajtov. Krajtov is going to head to the bench, so Cullen Stork will come into the game for the first time. So like the domestic setup they do have in the Netherlands, they share the conferences with Belgium in the BNXT League. Just trying to bring the competition a level higher, of course. Vujašević being smothered on defense. Has to put up a circus shot. That's way off the mark. Austria weren't able to make the defense shift on that play. Fakes, and Geisen goes in. A lot of contact, but good defense. And now for a 5th consecutive offense. Can Austria take the lead? Esek fires a 3. A foul is going to be called on the ground. Well, that's the problem when Krajtov committed that foul in transition against Vujašević, because now Austria will go to the free throw line. So this one's going to be called against David and Geisen. We're just going to see, as mentioned, free throws coming up. So Yannick Franco will go to the bench, hitting 2 early 3-pointers. Kai van der Vers re-entering play. Well, he knows it will be monumental. There's a couple at the free throw line. He spent the bulk of his career since 2020 playing in Austria's 1st division. Also played in the 3rd and 2nd division in Germany. He started with the Kapfenberg Bulls, one of the top teams of Austrian basketball. You've probably seen them play in the FIBA Europe Cup before. Bit of ghost action coming from Kai van der Vers. Ververs, well, has time, space, will fire a 3. Interesting how Austria just invited him into the 3-point shot. Vujašević. To let that one go, and Nagic, well, Austria's offense looks completely discombobulated. Vujašević has already made 1 3, goes for another one. Nothing coming from the offense. Everything too much in the backcourt. Just need a little bit of dribble penetration, maybe a few paint entries. Van der Vers getting fouled. That foul's going to be called against Daniel Koppel. It's only Austria's 3rd team foul, 1:57 to go. Well, Koppel's going to go to the bench. So checking into the game is, for the 2nd time, Finn Schott. Schott already has 1 field goal so far, but the field goal count there. Netherlands below 20%. A lot of 3-pointers taken so far here in the 1st quarter. Rivers penetrates, nice baseline dive. Good collapse defense by Austria, but a beautiful post move. Oh, he missed it. And Geisen unable to come up with the offensive board. Everything was perfect except for the end product. Here's the paint entry. Shot kicks out, but again, it's a poorly timed pass. Vujašević trying to save it. Inadvertently kicked it off his back heel like Lionel Messi, but that's going to be another turnover here for Austria. So far, 4 turnovers committed by the Austrians. Because Netherlands have only committed 2 so far, so they've done slightly better taking care of possession. It's now under 90 seconds. Netherlands will go for another 3. It's up and buries this one from downtown. Well, make it 4 out of 9 from the perimeter. It might be below 20% earlier from the field, but if you shoot well from the three-point line, could be their day to pick up a second victory. 40 long years since the Netherlands have played in the Basketball World Cup. Vujašević splits the screen, goes in, and that's much better. You can see here, they go to this dribble handoff sequence, and that's all good, but at some point, you've got to get into the paint if the three-pointers aren't dropping. You've got to have a few paint entries. So the free throws coming up here for Vujašević. This is the only player on this team that plays in Romania. He's currently playing for Timișoara. He stands at 192 centimeters. He's a relatively big guy for his size. He started his career with Novi Sad in Serbia back in 2009. Because he came to Austria back in 2014, but played for the Kapfenberg Bulls for 4 seasons. One of those years he actually played in the FIBA Europe Cup. Austria lead by 1. Netherlands going for another 3, and now make it 5. This team not short of confidence, making it rain. 50% from downtown as they have a 2-point cushion. Going inside the paint, good hands by Shot, but he fumbles it. Netherlands, if they can get a stop, a 2-for-1 is on the table for them. Austria, they'll go for 3 this time, in and out. Now roughly 9/10 of a second difference here between game and shot clock. Van der Vos will happily dribble this one down. Well, it's going to be a high bull screen scenario. Hollandis comes up for it. Has the ball. Now it's a Geisen. That's going to be a kickball violation. So 3.8 left. Shot just able to get a foot to it. So already Royaka's head coach of Netherlands bringing back in Yannick Franke, excuse me, who is 2 out of 4 from the three-point line. So he wants to put as many perimeter threats as possible on the floor. Young Dutch fans making the long journey. Well, now there's 1.6. Marin Verva's just trying to go for a quick give and go with the inbounder. Well, now it's got to be a quick catch and shoot. Well, they get it inbound, and he's fouled in the process. He double clutched, hung in the air, but Finn's shot gets called for it. That's tough, but yeah, that's the right call. A lot of contact, also going into his landing area. So that is the right decision, if you ask me. It's now David and Geisen at the free throw line here for the Netherlands, and these will be the final shots of the first quarter. Well, David Geisen, 25 years of age, he stands at 205 centimeters, and this is actually his rookie professional season, because he's just fresh out of the NCAA, where he started at the Virginia Tech, because wasn't a predominant scorer. His best season was actually his last season when he transferred to Kansas State. He played 3 years for the Wildcats, and in his senior season, he nearly averaged a double-double with 13.5 points and 7.4 rebounds. Even though there's no time left on the clock, there still has to be an official lineup, I believe. Or are the officials just trying to identify if there's any remaining time when the foul was committed? That's the next question. So, well, if you're just still with us and only just joining us, maybe, this is a Group F fixture here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. So, interesting, the shot clock has 3/10 of a second left. Well, Geisen already 1 rebound, 1 steal, a chance to put some points on the board as he makes the first free throw. Well, the window 1. He had that big game against Latvia where he did have 5 rebounds, but 15 points. He was 7 out of 11 from the field in that victory for the Netherlands as he makes both free throws. Well, there you have it. End of the first quarter. The Netherlands who are 1-1 so far here in Group F of the FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. Lead by 4 against winless Austria. We'll take a look at some of the key stats here from the first quarter, and then we'll run back the best highlights. But Netherlands, more so than ever, a win tonight could be monumental. Because like I said, top 3 teams in each group will then go on to the second round of the World Cup Qualifiers. And when you shoot 50% from outside the perimeter, it's bound to be a good night. But a worrying 0 for 9 from within inside the rainbow. Not the team has missed a free throw, but now it's time to look at some of the top highlights here from the first quarter. Well, it all started with Cooler in the corner. He got the three-point shooting going early on, and then we saw Yannick Franke. But look at this take here. Vujacevic getting the first 5 points for Austria. But then it became Yannick Franke time here from the perimeter, even with Finn shots had in his face. That's tough with a capital T, and no problem for Franke. I think Finn shot had enough of, the offense going at him, and this time in transition just initiates that contact with Kai van der Vos. Was one of the few transition plays we saw, and that was a long 2-point shot coming from Renato Poliak. But here was the block. Finn's shot pins him off the backboard like a magnet on the refrigerator. But then everybody started getting it. Sander Hollanders, that was the 4th three-pointer of the first quarter for the Netherlands. Well, if they continue to shoot like this, it could be a second win for them. 40 long years since the Netherlands have played in a FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, fans, use that QR code and download Courtside 1891, where you can get all the best live streams, schedules, and scores of international basketball. Courtside 1891, the home of international hoops. Use that QR code and download it today. Welcome back, everybody. Live here at the Sports Arena in Vienna, Austria. Game day 3, window number 2 of the FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. Austria going down low inside the paint. Foul is going to be called on the ground. That's going to be called against Cohen Stolk. We've seen quite a few paint entries so far already from Austria. Because it just puts the Dutch defense under a little bit of pressure, so you want to see that a little bit more often. Vujacevic getting that high screen. Now finds a bit of separation. Comes up with a rebound. Again, he'll go off another one. He'll try another 3. This one's up on target, but unable to connect. Netherlands come up with a rebound. Van der Vos leading the brigade here in transition. Well, they want to go to Kuta on the seal-off. Goes in, and a foul has been committed. So 2 free throws coming up for Natan Kuta. Well, that's going to be a mismatch nightmare here for Austria. Because Kuta, like I said, it's the basketball intelligence of how every time he sets a screen, he goes right down to the paint. Seals off his defender, and that point, well, you've got to decide, do you come in double team, do you switch, what do you do? Well, he started his career in Belgium, because he's never actually played in the Netherlands for any team in the BNXT. He played for Limburg, Okapi, Spiro, Charleroi, and as of 2024, he's been playing for Orléans Loire. Second free throw, no good. Still a 2-possession lead to the Netherlands. Austria again, another paint entry down inside. Poliak trying to back down, defended heavily by Stolk. Double team coming over. Essek just trips to the ground. Not a lot of time left. Essek's got to put up a 3. It's up, and it's way off the mark. Rebound secured. Netherlands want to run with Van der Vos. Can they go for 3, number 6? Well, not a bad look for Yannick Franke. Since making those opening 2 threes, he's now gone 0 for 3 from the perimeter. Both teams still scoreless here in the early moments, just like the first quarter. At some point, the game has got to open up. Vujacevic under pressure. Well, what a tough take by Bogeyman. Kills had to get his feet set so quickly off the dribble. So now we see a bit of Spain action here on the bull screen. Netherlands go for another three. Now make it 6. Well, Stoke from downtown. Still at 50%, 6 for 12 from the three-point line for the Dutch. And a 5-point lead. Vujašević. There's a paint entry. Kuca just trying to prevent any back down whatsoever. Nice penetration by the guard, a lot of contact in there again every time. Vujašević gets inside the paint. Netherlands defense just seems to have a lot of issues. But then the question is, you've got to ask you to do that for 40 minutes. Well, he's quite a combo point guard, a scoring PG if you like. Because everywhere he goes, he's always averaging double figures. The one time in his career he didn't average double figures was in 2013-14, where he played for Crno Koša. And that was in Serbia, but like I said, he's having a hell of a year. Nearly averaging 20 points per game in the Romanian First Division. He's also averaging 6 assists, so that's what we mean by combo guard. Second free throw good, cuts it down to a one-possession ball game, but it's going to be a provisional substitution. As now Daniel Friedrich will come into the game. Franco playing point guard duties here at the moment. Netherlands getting Kai van der Bus off the ball. A foul will indeed be called off the ball. That's going to be called against Adam Stasic. That's a good test for Stasic because you're up against a very good scorer in Yannick Franco, but what you can't do is get caught holding him. The Tad Kuca will go to the bench. He'll take a breather. Nice little give and go action. Geisen kicks out. Franco penetrates to his left, goes in, contact, but he cannot get it. And the Netherlands, would you believe it, 7:22 to go in the second quarter, still haven't had a field goal from inside the three-point line. Starting to think that this team may just live and die from the perimeter. Time will tell as this game goes on. It's very hard to believe in that big victory against Latvia. They were only 5 out of 20 from the three-point line. Because they had 23 field goals from inside the perimeter, but, well, so it's saying any other given night, got to go to where your bread and butter is. And right now it looks like for the Netherlands, it is from downtown. Good defense coming from Kula. Austria just finding a lot of trouble here getting an entry. That's going to be a turnover. Well, Troy Kula with the suffocating man-to-man defense against Friedrich. That is why you always put your hands in the passing lanes. Austria's head coach Naglish not happy with this one. This is team only down by 5 points here. Almost 3 minutes played in the second quarter. This Group F, quite a competitive one. Poland, Latvia, Austria, and the Netherlands. Van der Bus penetrates. There's a kick out. Hollandis pulls up mid-range and still don't have a field goal. That's 12 attempts from within inside the rainbow. Oh, excuse me, it's actually 11, but it's 0 for 11 so far. Ansik, he'll try a 3 and gets this one to drop as he cuts it down to a 2-point deficit. Only Austria's second three-pointer tonight. Franken calling for a screen, finds Van der Bus. He'll go 3, number 7. That's not going to go. Friedrich's trying to work something. Austria trying to level things up. They can take the lead with another three-pointer. There's the paint entry. Shot trying to be aggressive. A lot of contact. Wow, it was a good move. Gets his own rebound and just plays bully basketball inside the paint. Well, this man just wanted it a little bit more than everybody else, as the timeout is going to be called by the Netherlands. Coach Johannes Royakkers just wants to talk it over with his team. Well, we'll head down to their bench momentarily to find out what the message will be to his players.
Snelheid blijven spelen. Ja, got it? Hey, we're getting out. De rebound. Weet je hoeveel rebounds er ook zo half op de grond komen en die we niet pakken? Come on. Rebound met 5 spelers in de lucht, iedere keer. Ja. Hey, we gaan hier met onze 100-side quick hier. Got it? Ik wil Janna hier. Ik wil dat de 4 naar deze kant gaat. Dan kom je met die triple A. Dat is geen balscreen, dat is een brush en dan pakken we Janna. Ja, got it? Hey, let's lock up everything a little bit. Airsec is de key. Airsec. Here we go. Blijf praten. Heel lang. White zone.
Well, there's a look at Finn Shots, just refusal to give up on it, and it's the never say die attitude. The only hope, the dream, to get Austria to their very first ever FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, they played in 6 FIBA Eurobaskets, but like I said, they've never ever gone to a Basketball World Cup, and as I've already mentioned, it's been long 4 decades since we've seen the Netherlands when Rick Schmitz played in 1986 in Madrid. Just if you are a neutral fan, you want to see this game go right down to the wire. Given the way it's going, we could be greeted to that treat here this evening. Well, they'll go for another 3, a lot of contact, no foul given. Well, Yannick Frank is saying if it's not a foul, clearly there was a deflection. Now, the head coach's challenge is going to be called. Johannes Royakkers has called for it. Which means our officials are going to have to go to the monitor. The players will have to go to their benches very shortly until the officials can't decide if a change needs to take place. So we're going to have a look at the replay with our officials to try and find out, was there a deflection when Yannick Franco attempted the 3-pointer? It's tough to see from that angle, but I mean, that's still a good angle. See from here. Wow. Very tough indeed. That's the only angle we have at the moment. Now watch the closeout. Does the hand touch the ball? I think it does. But we'll wait to see what decision is going to be played out here. No, I was wrong. My apologies. Okay. So an unsuccessful head coach's challenge. Well, each coach only has one. Referees can go for official reviews on certain plays, but could that come back to haunt the Netherlands? Austria now looking to take the lead. Shot going for a post-up, and Geisen just trying to stand strong. There's the penetration by Essek, out of control, but a foul has been given. So free throws now coming up here for Austria. The foul is on Krytov, so that's gonna be his second personal foul. That's a great penetration by Essek. Just attacking the gaps, and like I said, when Austria are able to get into the Dutch paint, it just makes the defense collapse and it causes so many problems. First free throw good for Essek. Kazara Essek, one of the top performers for this team in window 1. His best game was in that defeat against Poland, where he had 19 points. It was 5 out of 7 from the 3-point line that evening. He was 0 for 5 against Latvia. Only finished with 3 points, shooting 1 for 8 from the field. Can they get a same kind of performance from him as he did against Poland? Well, there's another 3 on target, but a foul is going to be given. Well, just didn't get good positioning on the ball. kind of get the feeling this game could be played down to how many second chance opportunity points either team gets. Offensive rebounding is going to be so crucial. The scoring runs. Netherlands' biggest scoring run has been 5-0. Geisen has the mismatch here in the paints. Bumping, going in, little jump hook, and still just cannot finish. Austria looking to extend their lead at the moments. Still looking for that first victory. Positive for them, they've been able to do it without Vujacic on the floor. Netherlands commit a double team. Austria go for another three, it's up. A big rebound by Geisen. Numbers in transition, and Geisen bumps. Wow. Block and foul has been called. Well, I think it's the right call for sure because he was there late. I mean, I guess the argument from Austria is that it wasn't a traveling violation, but the problem for Austria, they've already committed too many team fouls. Second free throw converted, level things up here with 4:39 to go. Geisen now with 4 points, already 2 rebounds, and because the Netherlands have gone to the free throw line for 8 attempts so far this evening, and the key thing for them, they still haven't made a field goal from it inside the rainbow. But we'll head down to find out what Austria's head coaching staff is going to address their players. So let's listen up very soon.
We have 2 ball handlers now. I want zipper 5 for him. Zipper 5, okay? Then you are 4. First screen, bogey ball. Doesn't matter who coming out. Koyak, pick and pop. Watch if you are open. If not, continue. You can make 1 more pick and pop in the corner, okay? Okay? Then, hey, let's do it like this. Friedrich on top. If the ball come out on those ISO picks, I want some of you goes attacking, okay? You in the corner.
We just saw the last replay of the Netherlands' final three-pointer. Converted 6 so far this evening, but you know, this is going to be a case for them where they're going to live and die from the three-point line. I mean, they were very good in their opening 2 games, and let's not take nothing away from the defeat against Poland. They only lost by 2 points. So to know that you can compete against 2 of the top teams, I'd say respectfully, in the FIBA Eurobasket, says a lot about this Netherlands team. They were 10 out of 36 from the three-point line against Poland. Vujacic back in the lineup for Austria. Just trying to build something here. Time is winding down. There's a paint entry, got to shoot it. Oh, should have gone for it. And that's a case of understanding how much time is left, and Renato Poliak was in great position for a little jump hook. Already 6 turnovers for the home team. Still only 2 from the Netherlands. But haven't scored anything from inside the three-point line. Franco, a lot of contact, still can't get it. Now is that a, yeah, it's gonna be Yannick Franco going to the free throw line. So Ero Esek now indeed will be called for this foul. Well, Yannick Franco started his career with Leiden. Also played for Rotterdam, but you know, he actually played in Croatia for Zadar, also played in Italy, so he's played for some very historic teams. And not forget, back in the 2022-23 campaign in the BCL Basketball Champions League, he played for PAOK Thessaloniki. So he gets the second free throw to go. Because he was a Greek League All-Star back in 2022. Vujacevic picks up his dribble. He'll go for another three in the corner. Nothing coming of it as now Franco wants a run. Well, can they go for another three? It's up, and again, buries it away. 7 out of 16 from downtown. Well, that's his second one this evening. Cohen Stark gives the Netherlands a 5-point lead. Hasn't missed a three-pointer yet this evening, Stark. Well, Isak's made 1 3. He'll go for another one. That just rolls in and out. That's so unfortunate. But Netherlands will take advantage of this one. Nice little back door. And they still cannot get a field goal from inside the three-point line. Troy Kula made the great penetration, but a foul is called on Schuch. It's truly incredible. 7 out of 16 from downtown. And so far, 0 for 11 from within inside the three-point line. The free throw shooting has been great so far from the Netherlands, 8 out of 10. Troy Kula making his first appearance here in the 2027 Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Unable to get the second free throw. Because now in his second season with Heroes Den Bosch in the BNXT, averaging 7.6 points per game this season. Great work by Bogic Vujacevic, just going right at the hedge on the ball screen and drawing that foul against David Ngisson. Well, Geisson's going to go to the bench. He'll take a bit of a breather because that indeed will be a second personal foul. So Luc Van Brey will come into the lineup. Also, Yannick Franco will go take a breather. Van Brey, another play, also plays for Heroes Den Bosch. Vujacevic in and around the defense, goes in, avoids the block. Shot with the offensive board. Big man, gotta go up with it. Well, mobile, agile, and inside the paint, he can be hostile. 6 points, 9 rebounds for Finn Schott. He could get to a double-double before the halftime break if he gets another board and 2 field goals, but that's what they're gonna need from the big fella. Second shots opportunity points. Van der Vos. A lot of contact. Gets this one back, has a double clutch. And again, it took till 2 minutes and 13 seconds for the Netherlands to get that first field goal from inside the rainbow. And it came from Kai Van der Vos. Well, Van Brey's going to be called for the foul. So that does mean Austria will go to the free throw line. 9th team with any fouls to give here with 1:59 left. Well, Bogic Vujacevic, currently one of only 2 players in double figures tonight. He is the game's leading scorer. Now has 12 points. He hasn't missed a free throw. He's 5 out of 5 from the charity stripe this evening. 3 out of 7 from the field. The second leading scorer behind him is the Netherlands' Yannick Franco, who currently is on the bench. Two-possession ball game with under 2 minutes. Van der Vos pulls up mid-range. He gets fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line. That foul's going to be called against Timo Lamula. Lamula, of course, was out of, really, it was a mismatch for him, but really, I think he was anticipating the screen just a little too early. Didn't realize he had to recover, but unfortunately, a little bit too reactive, I'd say. As Kai Van der Vos makes the first free throw. It's the 10th made free throw already here in the first half for the Netherlands. Because Austria, they've made 10 as well, but they haven't missed one. Netherlands have only missed 3 free throws this evening. Well, the timeout is going to be called. These two teams will talk it over. 1:50 to go. Game day 3 of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. We're going to head down to the Netherlands bench, to Austria's bench. to find out what Coach Aramis Naglic is going to say to his players.
Coming out, okay? When you pass, you cut through immediately. 5, pick and pop. 5, sorry. 5, just go and make a stagger for you. You are here, okay?
If they hedge.
Just continue.
Okay.
Just continue. It's a fake. It's just sleep. Just sleep and stagger for him. Pass, go, sleep. 4 and 5, stagger for him.
Well, that indeed was the first field goal inside the rainbow for the Netherlands, and it came from KVDV. Because Kai van der Vos, he has played for Filo Ostend and was a great ambassador for them in the Basketball Champions League, but just now taking his trade to Turkey, where he's now playing. Cooler also into the lineup for the Netherlands. Welcome back, everybody, live here in Vienna, Austria. Game day 3 of the Basketball World Cup qualifiers. All roads end in Doha 2027. Lamulov just playing primary point guard, trying to bring Vujašević away from the point guard. Want to go for a quick 3, and that's one way to get back into it. Well, that's only indeed the third three-point field goal of the evening. They're now 3 out of 15. Ververs calling for a high screen. Getting this one from Van Bray. Nothing comes of it, but a bit of ghost action coming from Van der Vos. Ververs goes in. Wow. So far, only one field goal from within inside the rainbow. Austria can level things up with a three-pointer. Vujašević has 13 points, defended by Kula. That's a hot screen. Vujašević down the middle, uncontested, straight to the rack. Well, bogey time. And that could be a 2 for 1, but well, ankle breaker Kai van der Vos. Oh, bedankt, as they would say in the Netherlands. Broken ankles, an 8th three-point field goal for the Netherlands. Well, there's the penetration by Essek. And another trip to the charity stripe. Foul's going to be on Kai van der Vos. Let's look at that replay there. Just fell to the ground awkwardly. I actually think that's on Van Bray. Well, here we go. Mr. KVDV Kai van der Vos. Hartelijk dank. Broken ankles. 3 points, please. Look at the take there by Vujašević. Surprised there was no help side defenders coming out ready to take a charge or just come to help it. Well, Austria can cut it down to a 2-point deficit if he converts both his free throws. Well, that's their first missed free throw attempt tonight. Second one good. 21.3 left. Final shot here for the Netherlands. Marin Ververs. A little bit of a handoff with Yannick Franke. Van der Vos goes to the ground. Time winding down. Well, they'll go for it. 9 threes. Oh, baby! What a way to end the first half. 9 out of 18 for downtown for the Netherlands. They are simply cooking stroopwafels. Well, a bit of crisscross, step back, hand in his face, and that's good. You can count that one. 40 years since they've made it to a FIBA Basketball World Cup. They've already got 1 win. Can they make history? 4 long decades since Rick Schmitz played in Madrid for the Netherlands. Well, they'll go into the halftime break with a 6-point lead. And even converting 9 out of 18 from the three-point line. The problem, though, for the Netherlands, they're 1 out of 13 from within inside the rainbow, and the only player to get a shot inside the arc was Kai van der Vos. He has 7 points so far this evening. Both teams converting 11 free throws. Very good free throw shooting from both of them, but I'd say the big thing so far tonight, Austria's got to find other ways to score. They are winning the rebound count 24-17, but problem for Austria, while they've only committed 6 turnovers, you can see that losing the assist count, but only 2 players in double figures. That's Bogic Vujacevic and Yannick Franca. Kai van der Vos, along with Schott, second leading scorer for both teams. We'll take a look at the highlights momentarily. Oh, Bogic Vujacevic, that time had to work really hard to get that one off in time. Bit of a flat arc, but still counted it. There was a 3 in the corner. That was the 6th three-point field goal by Cohen Stork. Now he's made 2 so far this evening. Oh, Essek just knocking down the second one for Austria. They've only converted 3 themselves. Hasn't been so great for them from the perimeter, but Finn's shot just refusing to give up on the play. A lot of contact, but too big, too strong, and simply just too aggressive. I did say second chance points could be a key X factor tonight. Austria do have 6. The Netherlands only have 3. But Austria so far very dominant inside the paint, 10-2 in their favor. But it's been a 3-point cookout. All the way from Amsterdam to Rotterdam to here in Vienna. The Netherlands making it rain from downtown. But again, Finn's shot. Bully basketball. And here it was, the only field goal from within inside the rainbow this evening here for the Netherlands. Coming from KVDV, Kai van der Vos. Well, Bogic Vujacevic, that time they found the 3 in the corner. Well, Matt Muller's going to have to come up with a few more of those tonight if they're going to come up with a victory, but the uncontested penetration by Boogeyman. But here was the ankle breaker. Kai van der Vos, I think he was perplexed. I didn't break your ankles, but I'll take it. It's halftime. We will be back in just over 12 minutes. FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers live here in Vienna, Austria. Let's get this party started. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks. He is a magician. Waiting time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me! What a pass that is, Matson! Are you mad, son? To Shimada, glides through, no one there, oh, batted away. What a defensive start. Markovic meets him at the penthouse and swats it away. Might be Kununchuk to drill for the lob, and he's going to tie us up.
There's about a 3-second differential and the Netherlands turn it over. Oh my word. M1. Sokolowski.
Now here we are, broach it in the open floor, bounce pass, Toto behind the back. Are you kidding me? A little bit of showtime at the most important time of the game. Broach it head up, he comes back and just hammers it home.
4th turnover of the game for Serbia.
Drives inside with two-handed thunder for Fana. That's a big play. Oh, it's been thrown away by Grover. Kuhlman for three. No way! You are kidding me! You are kidding me right now! Unbelievable here in Copa. Has that really just happened?
Yai goes downhill. Oh yeah! Cheryl the yeah. Just sticks the defender on a poster.
They have to heave. No good off the glass. Spain, who have numbers, and they finish. Alex Reyes extends the lead 60-43, and Spain is on a roll, just having their way tonight.
Throws it up. Olaseni spills it. Sorgiones for the win. Oh my goodness! Lithuania make it on the buzzer. How? Simply just how? The basketball gods favor their most loved child, Lithuania.
How many times are we going to see this?
Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks to close out. Feet Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Welcome back, basketball fans. We're live here in Vienna, Austria for this Group F fixture of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers, where currently the visitors, Netherlands, lead by 6 points, 40-34 against Austria. Well, so far for the Netherlands, it's been Yannick Franke, who's 4 out of 4 from the free throw line, has converted 2 3-pointers. He has 10 points so far, along with 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Well, he got things going very early on in the first quarter. Now, he did go to the bench a few times, but since then, the Netherlands, they've shot a very impressive 9 out of 18 from downtown. If they continue like this, well, they could be coming up with their second victory here in window number 2. Well, this comes off the back of a exciting yet heartbreaking end to the first window. They had a great win against Latvia and then a heartbreaking defeat against Poland. But it's been 40 long years since the Netherlands have played in the Basketball World Cup. While for Austria, it's been the boogeyman. Well, Bogic Vujacevic, 15 points, shooting 4 out of 8 from the field, not missing a single free throw tonight out of 6 out of 6, and has converted 1 3-pointer. Well, they're going to need a stellar performance. He also has 2 rebounds and 2 assists, along with 1 steal so far this evening. But Vujacevic knows if they're going to get that first win, he's got to have at least between 25 and 30. And other players are going to have to step up into the lineup here. I mean, the second leading scorer is Errol Esek. He's got 6 points. But Austria, only 3 out of 15 as of yet from downtown. Well, welcome back, everybody. Live here at the Sports Arena Vienna in the beautiful city of Vienna here in Austria. Of course, a great occasion, the second window of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Well, Austria, they've never been to a World Cup. Like I said, it's something that they want to build upon in their basketball history. And even for them in the first window, they had to go up against both the giants of the FIBA Eurobasket in Poland and Latvia. And they were tough games because they did have Sylvan Landesberg in one of those games. He had 20 points. But, I mean, Bogic Vujacevic has been their key go-to player. Of course, now currently playing in Romania for Timisoara. But, like I said, and you look at that, just Finn shot now 2 field goals and 1 rebound away already from a potential double-double. While they are actually dominating inside the paint at 10-2 against the Netherlands, I mean, they've got to find other ways to score. They do have 6 turnovers, so no doubt their legendary coach, Aramis Nagic, knows that they can minimize the turnovers and find more ways to score, whether that be in transition or whether it be second chance points if the 3-pointers aren't going to drop. they could have a fighting chance of coming up with that crucial first win tonight. Both these two teams will be in action on March the 1st here in window number 2. They'll play each other in the Netherlands. In this matchup, I mean, respect to both Austria and Netherlands. They weren't obviously looking at this group stage coming into the World Cup qualifiers thinking we got to get third, but you got to think with both Poland and Latvia, this head-to-head in these two games is going to be crucial. But Yannick Franke, 7 potential rebounds away from a double-double, while Kai van der Vers, as mentioned, he has 7 points along with his 4 assists. But still a whole half of basketball to play. The one worrying sign, as I already mentioned about the Netherlands, they only have 1 field goal, which is a 2-point field goal, of course, in that category. Everything else has either been a free throw or from the perimeter. Well, Yannick Franke, of course, a fan favorite in the Netherlands. He'd love nothing more than to lead this team to a crucial victory. Started his career in Leiden back in 2013. He's played for some big teams. He's played for Trento, Hamburg Towers, Zadar in Croatia. Also played in the Spanish ACB with Andorra, but of course, as of now, he's playing for Pekkinspor in Izmir, Turkey. He was also a member of that Zunda Palencia team back in the ACB in 2023-24, but now it's all about national team duties. Because we'll try to keep you updated with the other game going on in this group. Remember, both Poland and Latvia have already tipped off in this Group F, so it's also going to be very interesting to see how that game does play out between those two as well. Because as it stands, halfway through the second quarter, Latvia leading by 8 points against Poland. Because Latvia will be looking for a response after their defeat against the Netherlands in window 1. But what can the bogey man cook up here in the second half? He's already had a fantastic first half, and look at his averages this season. He's getting 6 assists, along with just under 19 points per game in the Romanian First Division. It's going to be a very exciting second half, which, you know, you could argue two teams that respectfully have quite a lot of differences, but also quite a lot of similarities in some areas. The young fans definitely enjoying the occasion, but like I said, they would like to see Austria pick up a crucial win, because these two teams will have to play against each other in a few days' time. But let's put some permutations out there. Let's say the Netherlands win, but then let's say Austria wins on March the 1st and wins the head-to-head, but Austria would still have to win 1 more game to be tied on the same record. So it's so imperative tonight that one of these two teams comes out with not only a victory, but the head-to-head, because, you know, in the second window, they'll both have to go up against Poland and Latvia. And it was heartbreak for the Netherlands, not qualifying for the FIBA Eurobasket. Those defeats against Great Britain. But it's a new journey. And that journey ends in Doha, Qatar, 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Something those fans have only dreamed about. It would be a monumental achievement for Austrian basketball to get that far. And like I said, you got to get into the top 3 here in the first round to get to the second round. Whatever results you've taken from round 1, they will go into round 2. Well, we're now moments away from getting this game back in the way. Netherlands players, and use that QR code and download the official FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifying app. Customize your experience right from the qualifiers up until Doha 2027. Follow your favorite teams and players, and also get the best news, highlights, and content that matter to you most. Use that QR code, download the app today on your smartphone, tablet, or Android. Well, he's seen some great games in his time as a player and coach. He's had some great teammates. And he's played, I would say, one of the biggest games in international basketball, that gold medal game back in 1992 against Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley in Barcelona. Well, Barcelona, to be precise, but the arena was in Barcelona. Franke goes mid-range. Bank not open. Offensive rebound here. Oh, no, they turn it over. Here's where Austria's got to use the home court advantage. Build some momentum early on. Vujacevic working in the backcourt. We're getting a bit of ghost action from Ercek. He's made 1 3. That's a good look. Another offensive rebound and big time dunk. And he's 1 field goal away from getting a double-double. Well, Finn doesn't need to take the shot. He just needs to get the rebound and get the dunk. Eight points, 11 boards, a Finn shot. Quick 3 coming up. That's way off the mark, but an offensive rebound, and Geisen finds Franke. He'll fire. Already 3 attempts are downtown for the Netherlands. Vujacevic putting a bit of magic, goes in uncontested, but he gets rejected. Second block already here for the Netherlands. No foul given. Franke still has it. The Netherlands need to find a bit of stability here in their offense. Still can't finish. Shot now goes up to 12 points. Well, the foul is going to be called on the ground from Vujacevic. Like Yannick Franke, well, he's calling for a head coach's challenge. I don't think that's possible. Well, I would say that is wishful thinking. So sideline possession coming up to Austria, down by 4 points. 8:28 to go here in the third quarter. That's a worrying sign because, well, not too much of a concern for Austria. Well, hopefully Eddie Patica is all right, but I'd say that's clear as daylight. That's on the ground. You don't want to use, well, not that you could anyway. Keep that head coach's challenge for a crucial moment. The Netherlands don't have one to give. Vujacevic denies a screen. There's a kick out, another 3. It's way off the mark. Van der Vest comes up with it. Leading in transition, tries to find a Geisen. That's going to be another turnover. Not a great start here for the Netherlands. Vujacevic kicks out to Ercek. He's got 15 points. Now make it 18 as he hits their 4th 3-pointer. Well, you got to go to him. Second one for him tonight. 5 out of 10 from the field. 1 point lead still to the Netherlands. Van der Vest crosses over. A lot of contact, but a foul has been called against Finn's shot. I believe that's going to be his 3rd personal foul, so it could be a bit of a concern here for Coach Naglic. So do you take him out? I think you'd have to, but it's a 3-pointer by Bogic for Vujacevic. And there was the block. Kula just cooled it down in transition. So Shaw will go to the bench. Now that's because he has picked up his 3rd personal. So Aaron Stasic into the lineup, who only played 3 minutes in the first half. Kai Van der Vest makes the free throw. 8 points this evening for Kai Van der Vest, along with 4 assists. He's converted all 3 of his free throws so far. Now make it 4 out of 4 from the charity stripe. Just over 2.5 here in the third quarter. Netherlands still lead by 3. Vujacevic gets a little pick and pop action from Ercek. Ercek penetrates, keeps in another rejection. Wants a block party from the men in orange. Numbers here, Geisen makes the extra pass. Oh, he missed it from point blank range. Maybe Geisen could have made the pass earlier, but you got to ask the question, Cohen Stark's got to finish this one. But you've got to make that. And in the end, commits the frustration foul. And it is still unbelievable to think the Netherlands, with 7:08 in the third quarter, have only made 1 field goal from within inside the arc. Cohen Stark, unfortunately, is going to go to the bench. That 9 out of 20 from the 3-point line. Vujacevic penetrates. Tough kick out. Austria is able to keep this one alive. Vujašević calling for the screen. He'll go for another three. He's got 18. That's on target. Well, what a follow-up. And Austria still battle. Goes out of bounds. They'll keep this one on the baseline. But one thing that's undeniable, definitely the height is there for Austria. 7 offensive rebounds this evening. I said it already. 8 second chance points to 3 against the Netherlands. Could that become a key X factor? Led by this man with 18. Time winding down the shot clock. Finds his way around, pulls up from 18. That's a little too short. And Geisen comes up with it. But Austria quickly come up with a steal. Just like not gonna rush anything here on offense. Just finding ways to break down the defense. Still keep it alive. A double dribble violation. Well, they elected to bring the ball out after decided not to go for a quick shot, but at that point you want to put the ball in the hands of Bogic Vujašević and just keep running those high ball screens. Well, Kula's going to go to the bench. He'll take a breather. Austria down by 3. Vandervus, a lot of contact and finishes under intense pressure. Second for him inside the arc. Second for the Netherlands. 5-point lead to the Dutch. Nice little give and go action. Should have gone up with it. Well, nobody wants to shoot it. Geisen gets a block. Netherlands have numbers. They'll go for a quick 3. Can it be number 10? You bet it can. And it gives them their biggest lead. 10 3-point field goals out of 21 for the Netherlands. Third one for Hollanders. He hasn't missed tonight. Well, Veves comes up with it, but stumbles and he falls out of bounds. But you gotta like the intensity for the men in orange. Double change coming in for Austria. Daniel Cooper will come into line. Vujašević is gonna take a break, so Friedrich is gonna play primary point guard. And you definitely saw things change when Finn Schott picked up his 3rd foul and had to go to the bench. Of course, depth not as big here for Austria's bench as it is for the Netherlands. Ten here on the shot clock. Friedrich has to quickly pull up off the bench. Comfortable offensive rebound for Austria. Kuppel has to go up against 3 players. That's gonna be a turnover, I think. Yep, that's going back to the Netherlands. Well, there's the offensive rebound count, but a lot of that has been down to Finn Schott because in total he has 12 boards. 4 of them have been offensive. While Austria's leading the rebound count indeed, they find themselves down by 8, but it's been the spectacular showcase from downtown from the Netherlands that set these two teams apart. Veves penetrates, a little bit of separation. Unable to finish. Netherlands go for an 11-3, it's up. Oh my goodness, this team is unconscious. Van Bree from downtown. Well, they just cannot miss at the moments. And that 3-pointer, indeed, takes them back to 50%. We'll go to Austria's bench to find out what the message is going to be.
Okay, let's continue to play. Bring me back. Finn, Keppel, go. Bogi, Aaron. Let's try the hotel. Okay? 3 outside. 4 behind, 5 on the right side. Hand off, pick and roll. Okay? We have 1 foul. 3 fouls to give. Okay? 3 fouls to give. Please, No hurry. Doesn't matter if we are down by the level or whatever. No hurry. We don't need some stupid situation, okay? Keep down, pick and roll, try to find the open situation. Hell open.
Well, Kai Vandervers now in double figures, and again, he's really molded into being, I would say, quite a very good international point guard. As the days of playing for Dario Georgia in Belgium is the most dominant team in the history of Belgian basketball and regularly featuring in the Basketball Champions League. 11-point lead. Netherlands going on a 10-0 scoring run. Vujašević had to come back in the lineup. They'll go for another three. That's a big offensive board. Eshek just cannot finish. But it's another offensive rebound for Austria. Shot back in the game. Remember, he's got 3 fouls. Goes to the back down. Posts up. Tough play. And there you have it. Double time for Finn's shot. Well, it was only a matter of moments. 10 points, 12 rebounds. Indeed, double for Finn's shot. Bit of pick and pop action. They made 11 threes. Not going to get this one. Coming up with the 50-50. Vandervers bumps, goes in. Becomes the second player for the Netherlands to get that field goal from an inside the rainbow. Just the other two coming from Kai Vandervers. Those Netherlands, 2 fouls to give. You see a lot of intensity here on the defense. Vujašević, that takes a deflection, goes out of bounds. So with 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock, that will be Austria's possession. A lot of time to get the ball in bounds. Eshek in the corner, contested 3, hand is up, and that does their confidence a world of good. That's his second triple tonight, cutting it down to an 8-point ball game. Van Bray with a paint entry. Finds Ververs. Van Bray's made 1, goes out again. That's a little too short, but another offensive board. Aggressive penetration, a lot of contact, but a nice finish by Sander Hollanders. Because he was 3 out of 3 from downtown earlier. He now goes up to double figures. 3rd player for the Netherlands. Joint leading scorer along with Kai Vandervers at 11. Well, the give and go was there. Finn's shot was wide open, but didn't commit to it full time. Franca drills a foul. That's going to be on the ground. Austria's 10 turnover was now just causing them too many problems. Fouls on Vujašević. Oh, look at this move by Hollanders. Avoids the block. Vujašević didn't want to pick up the foul, but that's a tough play indeed. Ververs. Franca. A lot of contact again. No foul given. This time, shot able to prevent an offensive board. Make that rebound number 13 for him. The only player with a double-double this evening. Vujašević, he's got 18. Nice paint entry, finds shot, goes in. Can't, big man, just having a field day inside the paint. 12 and 13 for Finn's shot. If they're gonna put a lot of pressure against Vujašević, the good thing, you know you got a shot in the paint. Van Bray pump fakes down the middle. A lot of contact and a hard foul committed by Benjamin Schuch. I don't think you can have too many arguments with that one. Opportunity for Luc Van Bray to kind of put this back to a 10-point lead. He's now playing for Heroes Den Bosch, as we already said. He's having a very good season in the BNXT, just averaging under 10 points. Just played in the NCAA 4 seasons for the Bradley Braves. because he's played for 2 of the giants of Dutch basketball, Leiden and Heroes Den Bosch, which now he is in the 2nd season. Second free throw good. Well, good performance so far from Luc Van Bray, because everybody coming into the mix so far. Well, good sign to see Eddie Patikar back in the lineup here for Austria. So they don't want this lead to get too big. Going into the final 10, just over 90 seconds. Vujacevic waiting for that screen, but now denies it. Smothering defense by Verbers. And so catching a tough one in the corner. Time is winding down. Vujacevic got to make something happen. Has to pull up for a tough fadeaway. And another big rebound by Finshot. Well, they got to make this one surely. And he repays the favor. Timo Lamula. That's team basketball. But it all began with Finshot as he picked up his 14th rebound. Goes out of bounds. Well, Vujacevic just telling Lamula, keep your head well. I can see their argument here for sure, but, well, 14th offensive board, 14th rebound, leading to three-pointer number 6. And it's a 6-point ball game. So I wonder, is it a head coach's challenge being called by Aramis Nagic? Referees have gone to the monitor, but I didn't see what signal they went for. So is it an official review or a head coach's challenge? The players haven't gone to the bench, which makes me think it could be an official review. I think that does come off on Geisen. No, it is a head coach's challenge, so neither coach now with one to give, but see, from that angle, it's tough to see, but from the baseline view, they slow it down in time. Right there, I think that comes off of the left knee of Van Geisen. What? We'll find out. Of course, a big shout out to our 3 referees tonight. They've done a magnificent job. From Belgium, Gert Jacobs, Chiso Gunyo from Turkey, and Andrea from Bonjorni. Well, a successful head coach's challenge. Austria will get it back. Neither team, neither coach has one to give. Austria can't make it a 2-possession deficit with any bucket here at the moment. Misick having to play point forward. Finds an opening, penetrates, goes in. That's gonna be 2 free throws coming up. That was quite a hard foul, if you ask me, by Marin Verbers. Oh no, it's not gonna be 2 free throws, or is it? So I thought he was in his gather step, but to me it does look like he's in his gather step, but so I was correct, yeah. And the benefit here is Yannick Franke goes to the bench for the Netherlands. If ROS can make these 2 free throws, this could be a potential 2-for-1 for Austria. He's got to make them. That's his 2nd missed free throw attempt tonight. They're 11 out of 13. Now becoming Austria's 3rd player in double figures, 3rd leading scorer right behind Finshot and Bogic Vujacevic. There's Poliak back in the lineup here for Finshot, and he did magnificently not to pick up a 4th foul because they needed him back in the lineup. Still a 5-point ball game. Is getting that high screen. Vandevers goes for a 3 in the corner. Only ball, big offensive ball by Geisen. Keeps this one alive. And that's Austria's final team foul to give. It's against Renato Poliak. Not a bad foul. Time winding down the shot clock, and Geisen has a mismatch. Double team comes. Vandevers, well, gets rejected. And that's going to be a 24-second violation. And with 17.7 Austria can indeed have the final play and could cut it down to a one-possession ball game. While Vujacevic brought back into the lineup. Well, there's the Netherlands' last foul to give away. Tom Weber. It's not a bad foul either, because it doesn't send them to the free throw line. Vujacevic will inbound this. 6.4 left here in the third. He's got to go quickly. Crosses over, pulls up, tough three. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? Dankeschön. Vujacevic cooking it up tonight with 21 as he converts his third three-point field goal. Well, he's playing with confidence. It's terrifying. That was the block by Eddie Patikar. And here it was, quick thinking, crisscross. Vujacevic simply tucked that away at the buzzer. Big time play. We head into the final 10 with the Netherlands holding on to a 2-point lead against Austria. Game day 3 of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. We're live here in Vienna, Austria. We'll take a look at some of the key stats here from this game. But so far, both teams, it was the Netherlands initially from downtown, but Austria, 4 big three-pointers in that third quarter. We'll take a look at the highlights from the third. Well, Finn's shot became Mr. Double-Double, 12 points, 14 rebounds. 5 of them have been offensive, and he's been big time for them. The king of the paint. Remember, he has 3 fouls, and here was Vujacevic getting pinned off the backboard. The swipe coming from Kula. Not in your house. But that was Vujacevic going up to 18, his first 3 of the third quarter. And Kai Vanderbus, a lot of contact, initiates. Well, here was Hollanders. That was the 10th three-pointer for the Netherlands. And currently our 11 three-pointers converted so far in this game out of 26. And Van Brey from Heroes Den Bosch. And could he be a hero this evening? But nice move again by Hollanders. Of course, 3 field goals from inside the rainbow here in the third quarter for the Netherlands. Welcome back. Use that QR code so you can watch many great games like this one on Courtside 1891. Get all the best live stream schedules and scores of international basketball inside Courtside 1891. Austria can level things up. Maybe take the lead with a 3. Friedrich. Double team coming, time winding down, gotta shoot it. High arc is up. They come up again with another offensive board. That's 15 tonight for Austria. Because they do have Bogic Vujacevic on the bench, trying to get him a little bit of rest. Well, there's another 3 and definitely another high arc. Netherlands come up with it. As you can see the swag and momentum from the Netherlands taken away as soon as they've been able, or unable, I'd say, to knock down and convert any three-pointers. That foul's going to be called against Miro Zap. He's only played the last 2 minutes of the third quarter, so Errol Esak back in the lineup along with Finn Schott. So Zap, after committing that foul, along with Renato Poliak, will go to the bench. Netherlands currently with Kula, Vanderbus. Nice little give and go. Another block here from Austria. The Netherlands keep it alive. Bevers finds Vanderbus. Bit of contact mid-range and beautifully, cool, calm, and collectively tucks that away. Credit to the Netherlands. They haven't relinquished the lead in quite a while. But this is going to be a case of Operation Hang On. Friedrich just drawing the foul against Kula. So that's going to be the first team foul against the Netherlands here in the third quarter. Well, we haven't seen the Kuta at all here in the second half until now. Interestingly, kept him on the bench. Shot getting a seal-off. Quite a hard foul by Kula. Well, Kula was caught in that mismatch. You can sense that Austria have a lot of confidence trying to find Finn's shot inside the paint. Well, there's the penetration. Got to get this one to drop. And just cuts it back down to a 2-point deficit. Back and forth now. Quite exciting action here in game day 3. Well, nice pass, but a foul has been given. So free throws coming up for Stoke. Well, here was the nice take by Daniel Friedrich and just gets the lucky bounce off it. Well, 14 out of 18 from the free throw line. So that's one thing you cannot take away from the Netherlands. They've been fantastic every time going to the charity stripe. 7 points tonight for Cohen Stark. Oh, I missed it. One possession ball game. 2 minutes played here in the fourth quarter. Austria looking for their first victory. Netherlands would love to go 2-1 so far here in the qualifiers. They'll play each other again on March the 1st. Oh, it's going to be, oh no. Great work by Essek keeping that one alive. Friedrich has to put up a tough 3. And it looked good from the angle, but it just wouldn't drop. Well, that's going to be foul number 4. And I just wonder, when they knew that Finn's shot was going to come back in the game with 3 fouls late in the third quarter, why not bring Nathan Kuta back in? Because that's foul number 4 here again, shot. So, do you keep him in or do you take him out? Because last time he went out in the third, it became a 10-point lead to the Netherlands. He's going to remain in there now. Essek just trying to follow here. Kuta forcing a switch is now Essek has got to defend him. Vandevers, deep 3. Oh my baby, goodness gracious. Big time 3 by Mr. KVD. 12-3 of the night for the Netherlands. Kai Vandevers. That is a big time play indeed. Well, shot, trying to take a body with him. And here comes Kula. A lot of contact, counted. And he'll go to the free throw line for the 3-point play. Well, incredible how in just a few moments this game can change in momentum. Rainer Misnaglic, head coach of Austria, not happy with his players. Well, you just knew they were going to call that one. I mean, Eddie Pedikar. I mean, if anything, if you're not going to try to block him, just let him go for the layup. So I think maybe there's a technical foul being called here. Well, Bogic Vujašević back into the lineup. So I think a technical foul had been called somewhere because now Cooler is at the free throw line for the AM1 attempt. And look at this. This was a 2-point ball game just a moment ago. Now it could be a double-digit lead here for the Netherlands. But Kula misses. Rebound collected by Kuppel. 9-point lead under 7 minutes. Vandevers denying everything. Essek has to work to get open. Vujašević, 7 on the shot clock. Essek pump fakes, pulls up from 15. A little too short, and with no Finn shot, not many offensive rebounds are going to come for Austria. Another 3 goes flying. Still plenty of time left here in the fourth quarter. Austria's got to hold their heads. Oh, a couple good hands, good receive. But what a dime coming from Vujacevic. Vandevers trying to work around the screen, goes in, gets denied. Koppel with the rejection. Now Austria want to run. Oh, what was Vujacevic thinking? But it comfortably finds Ersek. Wide open three, game on. Austria on a 5-0 run as they cut it down to a 2-possession deficit, and a timeout is going to be called. Well, that's a big-time play by Timo Lamula. Well, just when the Netherlands could have made it a 10-point lead off the missed free throw by Kula, all of a sudden, Austria find a way back. And 5:58. Like I said, if you're a neutral fan, you want to see this game go right down to the wire. This is what the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers are all about. Well, this is the play to cut it down to 2 points. This was Friedrich. This is at the beginning of the fourth quarter. What a dime by Vujacevic, finding Daniel Kuppel. I mean, that's a tough pass, but great pick and roll action from the big fella. And that was a three-pointer. Timo Lamula, all of a sudden, brings life back into Austria's play. And that crucial 8th three-point field goal. I mean, it was the Netherlands who had made 9 three-pointers at the end of the first half. And so far in the second half, well, they've made 3 so far, but they're 12 out of 27. Well, big moment now for the Netherlands. Like I said, the benefit for Austria is still have Finn shot as an option to bring off the bench. Because he picked up that 4th personal foul trying to defend Nathan Kuda, who, surprisingly didn't feature in the third quarter for the Netherlands. 5:58 left. Can the Netherlands pick up victory number 2? Can Austria pick up the first victory here in window number 2? Austria don't have any fouls to give. The Netherlands do have 2, so that's a beneficial factor for them. Well, head coach Johannes Raakes always knew this was going to be a tough task, but I think the one key thing for him is, well, he's going to definitely reflect on this game when they head home, because they'll play Austria in the second matchup in this window, but he's going to identify, look, we shot the ball well from the perimeter, but when the threes don't drop, we've got to find other ways to score. Just a minor technical issue we're facing currently. I think we're ready to get things back in the way. So here we go. 5:58. Austria just putting on a bit of zone press. It looks like they've gone into a 2-3 zone defense, I believe. Vandevers walks into a 3, and why play a zone against a team now 13 out of 29 from three-point land? Maybe it's the foul trouble, but if you're going to play zone, I mean, you don't allow them to set a ball screen and comfortably walk into a three-point attempt. Well, Vujacevic, 21 points, hasn't scored yet here in the fourth. Finds Koppel, foul has been called. That's going to be 2 free throws coming up. It's on a Geisen, 13th foul against the Netherlands. Again, it's just superb passing again from Bogic Vujacevic. Right here, there's a little ghost screen, pick and pop action, and Vandevers. I mean, that's practically uncontested. Vujacevic has got to get there quicker. And that's against a 2-3 zone. Austria can cut it down to 5. It's Kuppel rolls in and out. That's only the 3rd missed free throw tonight. Daniel Kuppel, 3 rebounds, only 4 points. He's only scored 1 field goal, but that's his first missed free throw attempt. But he can cut it down to 6. Second one good. Over halfway to go here in the fourth quarter. Can Austria hang in there, find a way back in it? Still staying in this 2-3 zone defense. Kuppel at the back. Vandevers quickly goes in. Kuppel, good paint protection. And Geisen, well, he did the paint protection, but somebody had to help out and come up with a rebound. Right here. Both Versek and Patica could have come in and helped out. But great work by Geisen, as now he'll get a chance. And he hasn't missed a free throw tonight. All of his points have come from the charity stripe. He's 4 out of 4. 7 rebounds along with his 4 points. Oh, he missed it. The pressure just getting to him. Best he can do now, put it back to a 7-point lead. Both Finn shot and Patica. Well, he missed them both. Maybe not a bad foul at all. Can cut it down to a 2-possession deficit. Vujacevic kicks out. Patica finds Ersek. Contested 3 is up. He's made 2 and makes the third one. And now it's a 3-point ball game. Crucial 3-pointer for Austria. 9 out of 29 collectively. Vervens had a good look. Vandevers has got 20 points. He goes back to Vervens. Missed it. And a foul is going to be called. That's going to be the final team foul against the Netherlands. Well, excitement live here in Vienna, Austria. What hustle. Austria can tie it up with a 3. Cut it down to 1. There's a 3. He's made 3 so far. Big offensive board. And that is where they've been brilliant. 17 offensive rebounds for Austria. Vujacevic, twist, turn. Ersek, pump fakes, pulls up for a long 2. But unable to get it. Under 4 minutes. Austria look like they're going to remain in the 2-3 zone defense. With Finn shot at the back center. Vandevers penetrates, turns it over. Austria, they have numbers. Finn shot, kicks out. Well, back to the big fella, and big time dunk by Mr. Double-Double. 14 points, 14 rebounds, and he cuts it down to a 1-point deficit. Well, timeout called by the Netherlands. Who would have thought this team goes twice, building respectful leads in this game? But like I said, with the Netherlands, when you've only made 6 field goals from within inside the arc and you're 13 out of 30, you've got to find balance in the offense. They've had 26 attempts from within inside the rainbow. They've missed 8 free throws. But I think the key thing that's hurt the Netherlands this evening is the offensive rebounding. 17 big offensive boards from Austria. And while they've got that 3-point percentage up to 30, like I said, they are indeed fighting with everything to get that first crucial win. And Mr. Double-Double, Finn shot. He doesn't need to take 2-point shots, neither 3-point shots. He just needs to get offensive boards and second chance opportunity points and big time dunks, just like that one. Well, it's his night. But is it enough? Because he's played in the Spanish ACB. Just came through the academy ranks at Dreamland Gran Canaria. Of course, currently playing in the 2nd division with Heftia Menorca. Something about playing on the sunny coast of Spain that he absolutely loves. Franca finds a bit of separation. Mid-range. Cannot get it. Geisen again comes up with it. Could have had a second chance. Oh, I missed it. Geisen again. Still can't get it. Incredible. Third time is a charm. Three-point lead to the Netherlands. Under 3 minutes. Shot bumps, pump fakes. Essek can level things up. Almost got it, and that time. What a play to prevent an offensive board. And that was big from Lukas Krejtov. Still this time in this game. Vevers goes in with the right arm and puts it back to a 5-point lead. Cool, calm play by Vevers. A foul is going to be called, so this will send Austria straight to the free throw line. Well, Finn's shot, that could have probably have also been called against him, and even here, wow. It's twice he flirted with maybe getting a 5th personal foul. But it will be him going to the free throw line. Because he's missed one tonight, and he missed another one. Well, they initially hit their first 10 free throws, Austria. Since then, they've been 3 out of 7. Second one good. 4-point lead to the Netherlands. Just over 2 minutes left. Another 3 goes flying. Second chance points won't go. And this team just cannot score in the paint tonight. It's truly incredible, remarkable. Vujašević kicks out. He made his last. Shot battles. Netherlands survived that play. This fatigue may have settled into the moment here for Austria. Neither team with any fouls to give. Netherlands don't need to rush any offense here. Van der Vos. Geisen bumps. Gets caught a tough one. Still can't finish. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but they still have the lead. Under 90 seconds to go. Essek. There's a penetration. Vujašević thought about it. And there's a foul. That's on Marin Vevers. So Vujašević will go to the free throw line. He is 6 out of 6. Hasn't missed one this evening. Okula's going to come back in. Krejtov as well going to the bench. Vevers just getting caught out on the closeout. Big free throws coming up for Bogic. Vujašević can cut it down to a 1-possession ball game. Perfect free throw to shooting tonight. 22 points. Hasn't missed one. Makes them both. 2-point deficit. Wow, that's a worrying sign. Well, he's going back to the substitution seat, so he's not in any foul trouble because he's got 6 assists and 4 rebounds along with his 20. Maybe this is just to get him a bit of respite. Try to get him back into the next dead ball because he's right there by the scores table coming ready to come back in. Netherlands trying to make it a 2-possession ball game. Franco. Got it by Finn. Shot. He's got 4 fouls. Deep 3. Geisen with his 13th board. 6 points, 13 rebounds. It's Van der Vos. Little pick and pop action. There it is. Big 3 indeed. And good night. Well, picketh, poppeth, maybe a bit of ghost action as Krejtov puts him back up. I don't think a timeout has been called. I'd like to see the replay of that sequence yet again because that's a big-time play by Lukas Krejtov. And that's his first field goal tonight. He's got 3 points. The 14-3 made tonight by the Netherlands. Because 33 attempts by the Netherlands. 65 3-pointers taken in total this evening. And for Austria, You've got to score quickly. You've got to score quickly. Enough time so it can be a potential 2-for-1. Then you don't want to foul. Then you've got to come up with a stop or a defensive rebound, because you're looking at the bottom of the barrel of a third defeat here in the qualifiers. And then you've got to go on the road to the Netherlands to play them in their home, to which you've got to win that one. Well, there it is. The Dutch ghost screen action. Kreitov. Oh, shed a few tears of the Austrian fans here tonight. And that is a crucial moment there for the Netherlands. So they're going to advance the ball. They're going to need something quick, precise in this offense. Vujacic back in the lineup. He's going to inbound this on the sideline. 47.2 seconds left. Austria down by 5. If they get a three-pointer, that would be great. Trying to find second. Well, there's a foul committed. It's on Yannick Franke. That's perfect for Austria, because they can cut it down to a 3-point deficit with 43.8 left. Well, Yannick Franke should have no arguments. I mean, that is a foul on Monday, Tuesday, any day it ends in a Y. He knows his team have the advantage. But can they just hold on a little bit longer? Mesek makes the first free throw. 14 points from him this evening. Makes them both. Now, if you're Austria, you don't want to foul. Don't send the Netherlands to the free throw line. All the Netherlands need is one final bucket, maybe. Van der Vos, 20 points. Of course, he's had a hell of a game tonight with 4 rebounds and 6 assists. Van der Vos pump fake, steps through, goes in. There's a contact, counted. Big time play by Mr. KVDV and Hartelijk Dank. Thank you, Kai Van der Vos, says the Dutch fans. Well, remember when he was just a young man playing for Filou Ostend in the Basketball Champions League? Now he's become the main go-to player for his national team. Incredible performance of Kai Van der Vos. 3 out of 8 from the perimeter, 5 out of 5 from the free throw line, 22 points, 4 rebounds and 6 assists. And now he can indeed make it a 6-point lead for the Netherlands with 22 seconds left. And he does just that. I think a timeout now is going to be called by Austria. Like I said, looking more so like a reality that they're going to go 0-3 here in the qualifiers, unless some kind of a miracle can be performed. And I think at this stage, you've got to draw up a three-pointer. I mean, they did do that on the previous offense. They tried to find Erlesek wide open, but he got fouled by Yannick Franke. You got to go for a 3. You got a full court press. You got to hope you come up with a steal. And then you got to try to go for another one. Vujacic leading them tonight with 23. Both Erlesek and Finn shot with 15 apiece. Well, it's been the three-point shooting indeed. That's been the difference. 14 converted tonight for the men in orange. You've got to wonder what is going to be drawn up by Coach Aramis Naglic. I mean, he has played in some historical games, as I mentioned, with some of the greatest players of all time. But right now, he's got to hope his players collectively can get a good offense, get a very good defensive stop, and then get another final good play. Otherwise, it's going to be 3 defeats. They will advance the ball yet again, which does put a bit of time between game and shot clock, but that's irrelevant to Austria. They must try and get a three-pointer now. Down by 6, 22.1 left here in the game. So if they're trying to go for Finn's shot on a curl screen. Trying to go high to Ercek. There it is. Quickly goes to three. It's up. Doesn't get it. Netherlands come up with it. Kai van der Vos has options. Don't think the Netherlands good. Well, van der Vos had a look. He's asking for a foul, and I just wonder. Because Kai van der Vos is 6 out of 6 from the free throw. And I'm thinking points difference here in a potential head-to-head. So he could now potentially make it an 8-point ball game. To which then Austria, then you've got to get something, because being down by 6 going into the next game, excuse me, it's much better than being down by 8. But van der Vos has got to make both free throws, 23 tonight. Gets the shooter's roll. Still has 8 seconds here. Makes them both. Austria's got to go quick. Ercek nearly turning it over. And they do just that. Well, they can't extend the lead. Well, he'll get his 8 points tonight. 1 field goal away from a double-double, but the Netherlands will pick up a second victory. 40 long years since they played at the 1986 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Madrid, led by Rick Schmitz. And now they'll go home where they'll play Austria in the second game in this window on March the 1st. A big congratulations to the Netherlands. A huge win for them, because they probably felt they should be undefeated. They probably feel like they should have beaten Poland. But the men in orange, destined after 4 long decades to get back to a Basketball World Cup. Cannot be done in this window. For sure cannot be done in the next one. But hope is still alive for Dutch basketball. This team tonight led by Kai van der Vos with 25 points, 4 rebounds and 6 assists. David Gessen got that final bucket. He had 8 points along with 13 boards. But it's a big win for head coach Johannes Royakas and his players. Well, they'll enjoy the short journey back home to the north of Europe, to the beautiful Netherlands. And they'll get ready, because in a couple of days' time, they will indeed play Austria again. Heartbreak for the Austrians. Came so close. But it was Kai van der Vos, along with the Netherlands. Brilliant shooting from the perimeter, 14 out of 33, 42% was enough to get the job done. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the key stats from this game, and then we'll run back the best highlights. But like I said, exciting action. I think 22 points to 16 just wasn't enough inside the paint for Austria. Only 4 fast break points. Both teams combined total of 33 second chance points. The Netherlands won slightly better, considering Finn Schott was the only player to have a double-double tonight. Well, both teams relatively equal on points and turnovers. 11 for Austria, 12 for the Netherlands. And like I said, it was the 3-point shooting that did the damage. Netherlands were able to get into double digits for points inside the rainbow arc, but even though Austria out-rebounded them, 4 assists less and 2 steals less for that matter. But it was the Kai van der Vos show. Leading scorer tonight, second leading scorer was Bogic Bujašević. He had 23. It was Finn Schott, his spectacular, inspiring performance, a double-double of 15 and 15. But now time to look at the highlights here from this game in Vienna. Well, very shortly we will take a look at the highlights. We will now. Well, exciting game, and Kai van der Vos, it just came up big time. And you know, if you've watched this young man play in the Basketball Champions League with Filou Ostend, he's come such a long way in his career. Now he's that veteran player, or I should say he's in his prime actually. Well, there at that time, pulling up for a quick 3 and felt there was a lot of contact, nothing given, but no complaint from Kai. And here was the transition play, the and-one by Kula. That was a big-time play, to say the least. Well, we try to keep you updated with how the other game is going in this group. Poland have actually turned things around as both them and Latvia head into the 4th quarter. They lead by 1 on the road in Riga. Well, there was a three-pointer that cut it down to a 2-possession ball game straight off the back of Netherlands going up by 9. Oh, Kai van der Bus. Cometh the man, cometh the hour, the Flying Dutchman. Van Arsene cut it down to a 3-point deficit as he made his 3rd three-pointer, but it just wasn't enough in the end. And Finn's shot, bringing this crowd back to life with that play. But a Geisen, 3rd time lucky. Could have had a double-double if he had 2 more points. While Verve has made it a 5-point ball game with that layup. And that was big. That was crucial. Well, the Dutch ghost action, the ghost screen. Kreithoff just called game on that one. Well, a big win, as mentioned. Heading into the 4th quarter in Riga, Poland lead by 1 against Latvia. That's the other game here in Group F. We'll show the standings very shortly, but Netherlands, hope, optimism for them. 4 long decades since they played at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And actually, if Latvia wins, Netherlands will stay top of Group F heading into game day 4. So a lot to play for here. The rise of Dutch basketball, you got to love it, the men in orange. Well, there is that game. Live in the 4th quarter, you can swap over and watch that one. It's also live on Courtside 1891, depending what platform you're watching it on. But for now, here in Austria, it is Gute Nacht, good night, goodbye, and God bless.